Keep an eye out for one or maybe many of these cute little common redpolls this winter here in the driftless region. They are not a bird we expect to see in the winter. In fact, I'm lucky to see a common redpoll maybe once every 5 years or so, at least here at my office at Lake Meyer Park. But they are showing up in pretty good numbers around the region this year. By the way, these little common redpolls here like to visit bird feeders, and they will often mix in with a flock of American goldfinches. They're about the same size as a goldfinch, but as you can see, the redpoll has a little red spot on its forehead there. This is a female or immature male possibly, because it has just a kind of a white with a little bit of brown on its breast. An adult male redpoll will have pink on its breast, fairly prominent, and I'll show that in the next photo. But anyway, be looking for these neat little common redpolls this winter season. So here's the male common redpoll for comparison with the female or immature bird. Notice again the nice rosy wash that he has on his breast right here. So that's a very beautiful bird. So where do you see these birds if they're not at your bird feeder? They like to eat the seeds of conifer trees, especially like spruce, tamarack, pine trees. So you could find a flock of them in like a cemetery that's got a bunch of those types of trees in it. Cemeteries usually are home to those types of trees. Also, you could find them out in a weedy field. Just eating weed seeds. Of course, you're probably going to need binoculars to be able to tell what they are, unless you're very close to them in those types of habitats there. A great place to see common redpolls, if you want to make sure you see one sometime, would be to go to northern Minnesota at Sax-Zim Bog, where I was a couple weeks ago. And they were about as common as house sparrows up there. We'd see hundreds in a day, either at some of the feeding stations there, or again, just flying out in the willow and alder thickets where they eat those seeds as well. But anyway, common redpoll, charming little birds that we only see in the winter because they nest way up in the far Arctic. I photographed this remarkable looking eastern wild turkey when I was up in Sax-Zim Bog in northern Minnesota, but you could also find this unusual color pattern on an eastern wild turkey right here in the driftless region. It's called a smoke morph turkey, and notice the abundance of white feathers. Of course, a normal wild turkey is going to look mostly black or very dark brown. This is a normal for, well, it's not normal. About 1 in 100 wild turkeys comes in this kind of unusual color pattern right here. And it's genetic. It's not where these wild turkeys have been mixed in, you know, the genes with a domestic turkey or something like that. So anyway, I may give them a little more protection in the winter when there's snow on the ground, but probably not so good during the summertime. Interestingly, if these birds can survive, those genes can be passed on, and a population could develop, you know, more of these smoke morph birds as time went on. But keep your eyes open for a smoke morph turkey right here in northeast Iowa.